Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal Canadiens fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. The NHL offseason is never quiet, and this summer has been especially buzzing with rumors, potential trades, and strategic moves that could redefine the landscape of the league. And right at the center of some of the most intriguing speculation right now is the possibility of Jordan Kyrou wearing the iconic Canadiens jersey. Yes, you heard that right, Kyrou, a name that's been swirling around trade rumors for quite some time, might be on the verge of a major move, and the stakes couldn't be higher. But the twist here is that this isn't just any trade. It hinges on a single phone call, a conversation that could change everything. So let's dive deep into what's happening behind the scenes, what this could mean for Montreal, and why everyone is watching this story unfold with bated breath. First, for those who might not be fully up to speed, Jordan Kyrou is a dynamic forward who has become a key player for the St. Louis Blues. Over the past couple of seasons, he's showcased his scoring ability, with 37 goals in 2022-23 and 36 last season. Those numbers are impressive on their own, but what really stands out is his skating, vision, and ability to generate offense at a high level. This kind of talent naturally attracts attention from multiple teams, especially those looking to bolster their attacking lines or add some youth and scoring punch to their roster. And among those teams, the Montreal Canadiens are reportedly very interested, seeing Kyrou as a piece that could help them accelerate their rebuild or push for playoff contention. But, as you might expect, acquiring Kyrou isn't just about writing a check and making it happen. The Blues' general manager, Doug Armstrong, is known for being a tough negotiator, and in this case, the player's no-trade clause adds another layer of complexity. According to insider reports from Frank Saravalli, some general managers have already reached out to Armstrong, hoping to get the inside track to see if they can persuade Kyrou to waive that clause. But the issue is that Kyrou's no-movement clause means he controls his destiny, and unless the Canadiens or any other interested team can convince him personally, it's not just a matter of cap space or assets. There's a personal element involved. Right now, the trade talks are in a delicate state, with many believing that a single, decisive phone call could tip the scales in Montreal's favor or push the deal further away. Imagine the scene for a second. Kent Hughes, the Canadiens' GM, has been active this summer, making some strategic moves to shape the roster. They've already completed a trade on July 1st, sending Logan Mailloux to the Kings in exchange for Zachary Bolduc, a move that was considered cost-effective and promising for their future. But now, with the Kyrou rumors heating up, everyone is wondering if Hughes is willing to go all in. The price for Kyrou is believed to be high, as the Blues will want a significant return, possibly including premium assets like Mike Matheson or a first-round pick in 2026. The question is, does Hughes see Kyrou as worth that investment? And more importantly, can he convince Kyrou to waive his no-trade clause? Because, like I said earlier, a simple phone call could change the entire game. This situation is fascinating because it's not just about the player or the assets involved, but also about timing. The NHL offseason is a time of strategic positioning, and teams are always looking for that one move that could give them an edge. For Montreal, adding a talent like Kyrou could be a turning point. Imagine him lining up alongside young stars like Cole Caulfield and Juraj Slavkovsky, creating a formidable attack that could challenge many defenses in the league. But it's not just about offense. Kyrou's speed and skill could also bring a new dimension to Montreal's power play, which has been in need of a boost in recent seasons. Now, let's talk a little about the bigger picture. The Canadiens are in a bit of a transitional phase. They've been rebuilding steadily under Kent Hughes' management, bringing in young talent and trying to develop a competitive core. Last season, they showed flashes of promise, but consistency was an issue, and they lacked that extra punch to push firmly into playoff territory. Adding someone like Kyrou could be the kind of move that pushes them over the edge, giving them not just a scoring threat, but also a player with playoff experience and high character. And with 6 years remaining on his contract at over $8 million annually, Kairou's acquisition would be a long-term investment, one that could pay dividends if he continues to develop and adapt to Montreal's system. But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. The Blues are known for being tough negotiators, and their asking price is believed to be high. Hughes might be weighing whether to meet that price or to hold back and wait for the perfect opportunity. And again, the whole thing might hinge on that one phone call, an honest conversation between the GMs, perhaps even between Kyrou himself and the Canadiens' brass, to see if there's genuine interest and willingness to make the move happen. In the meantime, fans are anxiously watching every rumor, every leak, hoping for that breakthrough. And let's not forget, this isn't just about Kyrou alone. The trade market is always interconnected, and a move like this could trigger a domino effect. Other teams might get involved, or the Canadiens could pivot towards other targets if this deal doesn't materialize. But right now, all eyes are on that one phone call, that one moment that could set the course for Montreal's upcoming season and beyond. And speaking of the bigger picture, Montreal's management has been praised for some of their recent moves, including their ability to acquire promising players without breaking the bank. They've shown patience and strategic thinking, but everyone knows the core of this team needs a boost if they want to contend in a tough Atlantic division. The addition of a player like Kyrou would certainly turn heads, energize the fan base, and send a message to the rest of the league that the Canadiens are serious about their Stanley Cup ambitions. So, the question remains, will Hughes pull the trigger on this high-stakes deal, or will he wait for that one phone call that could make all the difference? And just to give a bit more context, the Atlantic Division this season looks as competitive as ever. Teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, Boston Bruins, and Florida Panthers are all vying for supremacy, and Montreal needs to be aggressive if they want to carve out their space at the top. The addition of a player like Kyrou, with his scoring prowess and youthful energy, could be exactly what they need to break through and establish themselves as serious contenders. But it's not just about individual talent. It's about chemistry, fit, and timing. And right now, the NHL whispers suggest that the next few days could be decisive in determining whether this potential blockbuster trade becomes a reality. Now, I know many of you are probably asking, do you think Hughes will actually go through with it? Will that phone call happen? Honestly, it's hard to say. But what we do know is that the Canadiens are actively exploring their options, and they're not afraid to make bold moves if the right opportunity presents itself. If they can convince Kyrou to waive his no-trade clause, and if the Blues agree to a fair deal, Montreal could be adding a real game-changer to their roster. And for fans, that's an exciting prospect, a player who could be the missing piece for a deep playoff run. Remember, the NHL offseason is a whirlwind, full of surprises, negotiations, and last-minute deals. And this Kyrou situation is a perfect example of how a single conversation can alter the course of an entire franchise's future. So stay tuned, because I'll be following every development, every rumor, and every confirmation that comes out. Because when it comes to the Montreal Canadiens, we always want to be ahead of the curve, knowing what's next before it even happens. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Hughes should make the move? Would you trade Mike Matheson and the 2026 first-round pick for Jordan Kyrou? Or do you believe the price is too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Canadiens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news. This is a story that's still developing, and we're here to bring you all the inside scoop. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, let's keep the passion for Montreal Canadiens burning bright.